possibly be social mediating to that we've plugged in, Tim Mason? How are you, sir?
Uh, I am doing fine. I'm seeing us live.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit our little record button. So we're going to document this as well. Um, we're live here. And as I look over on my Facebook thing, I'm able to go ahead and share this out. So we're going to go to the Old Vienna group. And we're going to be live there, and I'm going to pop on over and put this out one more place on Facebook. You're already automatically going to all these Facebook places,
I'm
aren't you?
going to all my social medias theoretically are lighting up the Eastern Seaboard. They're out there saying, "Hey, howdy, you've tuned in." Of course, this COVID world and all its tech and all its craziness. I don't know. I don't really know. Is it? I don't even know what's real anymore, Tim.
I share your confusion, Tom. Well, what is real is that this is the 8:30 Club. We should. It looks like we need to let everybody know that's taking advantages of the galleries in the side room that the show is starting in the main room. And we'll give them a minute to join us.
So, if I have some friends and family watching, this is a relatively new thing. If you are in the Zoom meeting, because I bet I have a lot of friends on Facebook tuning in that aren't in the Zoom meeting right now. Uh, if you join the Zoom meeting, you can be a part of this show, but you can also go into breakout rooms where other people are. It's almost like being in the front room of the club before the show starts. Like you hear the music starting, and you're like, okay, let's run into the club. But you can break away and chat it up with friends, and you even have a video on loop of the legendary comedian Barry Crimmins doing his thing from a live show. We had Barry Crimmins at the Burn Backroom series not too long ago, just before he passed away. We were lucky enough to host him at the Burn Backroom series just before he passed away. Legendary comedian, and you have that on loop in one of these breakout rooms.
Absolutely, we're making this like it's a club. There's there's smoking good. There's a smoking corner, the quiet corner, the balcony. That if you see a buddy in the little gallery view, and you guys want to sneak off and canoodle, we got spaces for you. And if you're joining us in Zoom, we got a whole crew here that's ready and willing to help you figure out how to do all that stuff.
We have a whole crew on board standing by too. Like this, I just spoke to the gallery view, and I think that's what's going to go live any second now. I'm not sure if I have the way this thing works right, but we have artists and friends and folks backstage ready to help you out. I mean, we got lots of rock and roll stuff going on here.
Right. And actually, Tom, I'm watching the screen, and I think that we're originating from my the
I think
8:30 Club.
I just
So I'm just leaving this on the two of us spotlighted, and you can toggle it. It's me that if you want to show the galleries, you got to tell me to change it.
I could so those gallery views could pop up at any point throughout the show when our TV producer, Mr. Tim Mason, I don't know,
Space
maybe
is out, yes, but I'm not gonna. So
I tell
I'm
you,
I, I'm having a blast. I'm so glad to have you on board with this, Tom.
well, if there's any bumps in this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, it is not on Tim. It is absolutely on me because I am a giant slacker, and Tim has been bugging me for weeks to get more on the ball with this. And I've been doing things like taxes and doom scrolling through doom videos until finally just the other day. so so Yeah, Tim, my apologies to you and everybody for the amount of time we've taken right now to even get the show started is probably my fault. And everybody's tuning in to see these artists, and all they're getting is me babbling and you going, "Yeah, you're an idiot, Tom."
Tim, there's
No
about
apologies.
Tim, there's about 7 or 8 folks over in the lounge. Is it time for us to go tell those folks to join us?
They already have it. They're not in the lounge, Vern.
Okay.
They're all here with us.
Vern,
Yay!
my goodness, Vern, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Tom?
I am living the dream. I haven't seen you in an age. How's things?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
You look spectacular, my friend.
Well, you do as well.
Wow, what a treat. All right,
All
Tim,
right,
should
so I guess we should get official about this.
yes,
This is this is a 8:30 Club show that's produced by 24-hour Concerts and the one and only Tom Bianchi, and this is a special benefit show. I'm going to get myself off of the spotlight and get out the way and turn this over to Tom. So why don't you take it away, Tom?
right on. Hey, thank you very much for tuning in, folks. We have an amazing lineup today of artists for you tonight. Um, all the proceeds we get from this show are going to go to Beth Israel's Special Nurses Fund. I had the dubious, is that, am I saying, is this the right, the dubious pleasure, the honor? I was unlucky enough to need the services of the ER and ICU of Beth Israel about, oh my God, it's almost 2 years ago at this point. But I was lucky enough to land there where they took such good care of me. And my life was saved by doctors, but my life was also saved by the amazing nurses there who pull these 12-hour shifts every single day, multiple days in a row, angels with sneakers on, if you will. And just as COVID started, I was trying to put together some sort of a official charity where I could have music, money from the Burn Backroom series, benefit shows. You know that whole thing where they're like, "Would you like to donate the remaining 15 cents of your ticket to this?" I was working on that just as COVID hit, and then all the world went to mess. But for the time being, basically what I do is what I've been doing when I do live stream shows is I just funnel money directly to Beth Israel to their Special Nurses Fund, and it goes to anything they might need, anything from PPE to a shoebox where nurses can go and grab some money to get some, something to eat, whatever it is, and everything in between. The nurses there, they work so hard and they're so wonderful. I ran into one just before COVID started, and she was like, "Oh my goodness, you were my patient," and there I was looking okay, and it's such a special relationship. They're such rock stars. So any little bit we could do, we're going to do for them, especially considering what's going on now with COVID, just inundating the ER and the ICU. We have spectacular artists on our roster tonight to help us with this cause, and thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Tim, for hosting this. And ladies and gentlemen, our first artist. All these artists are wonderful friends of mine. This first artist is a wonderful friend of mine. My goodness, we've known each other for years. I've stayed right here, sedimentary in town, but she's been all over the globe and back. And she's back in town. She's ours again. She's a rock star. She did her coming home shows at the Burn about a year ago, and I think it was like January. I think it was some of the last big shows we did. She did a show with her band, Jen Kearney and the Lost Onion. She's the best, and she's going to play a song for us tonight. First, we're going to say hello, ladies and gentlemen. Clap, put your hands together. Jen Kearney, what do you say? Woo.
Woo.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I am living the dream. How are you?
Yeah, same.
We did a streaming show back in, I think, November it was. Have you done any other gigs at all? I know you've been working. We'll talk about that, but have you done any shows at all?
No, I did one. I don't know if it was before or after ours. I don't think I've done one since your since we did our online show. I don't think I've
Like
done it.
you did do something with the band, like an outdoor thing during the
Yeah.
summer, correct?
Yeah, that was a benefit for Bull McCabe's, which had to close, unfortunately. That was just like a cool backyard hang put together by some great people.
Was that before they actually announced that they were closing, or was like to help them with closing costs, that kind of thing?
Yeah, it was after. It was kind of like September sometime. I think they ended
Yeah.
up having to close in the spring sometime. I don't know. Yeah, it was.
That was your regular gig. You played there a lot.
I did. Yeah. Hmm.
We could always count on looking at the local calendar and finding you there. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's such a great room. They were really starting to embody like an R&B and a soul thing over the last bunch of years.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yep.
So and once is closing, and this is the pandemic is taking out some really good stuff.
I know it's hard. It's hard.
But it's hopefully when we rebound. I think when we rebound, it's going to be kind of like the Roaring Twenties. I think that's been put out there at this point. It's like the second you say it, you're like, oh my God, it's the '20s, the Roaring '20s. This happened already once, the pandemic of 1918, 1919, right?
Yeah, history repeats itself, I guess. But yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna want to Netflix and chill. It's like coming to my show. I know you're coming. You know.
The Netflix people are watching right now, going, we're doomed,
Oh, listen, hey,
doomed.
I have to give it up to them. Like they're putting out the content, and we are certainly consuming it
Yeah.
fast
Yeah.
as it's coming
Yeah.
out. So
Jen Kearney, what are you going to play for us today? Did we do this? Like, what are you going to play for us today? Do you just,
well,
I don't know. It's
write a
so
song.
to talk to you like this because we talk all the time, and it's like, hi, Jennifer, how are you?
I'm gonna play a song that I wrote during this thing, and actually I wrote it kind of after I read an article in the Boston Globe about a doctor who said it was at the beginning. I wrote this song in April, and he said, yeah, he was an ICU doctor, I think, and he said, I'm going to work with 4 used masks, a homemade face shield, and an updated will. And I was just like, oh, like that just hit me like, what? So, I guess the song is sort of, it's got its somber notes, of course, but it's a little hopeful at the end, so don't worry too much.
Called
It's called Writing on Water.
right on.
Yeah.
Take it away, Jen Kearney.
Okay. Wind is strong today. Nobody's outside but the birds of prey. They circle gracefully while we stay inside and wait. And the word came down that day. Them knights had no armor to stand in harm's way, but the king sent them out, his minions on shouting. They want it all back to normal today. Have we learned anything at all? Are we riding on water, or are the veils gonna fall? Have we learned it all? Have we learned anything at all? So it's crossed fingers on wash hands, needle drop on canceled plans. Wait on your government check and just hope for the best. And for the lives it's cost, no words can shoulder, no grammar can hold all the prayers and thoughts. The apologies for loss just don't feel like enough. Just don't feel like enough at all. Are we riding on water, or are the veils gonna fall? Have we learned it all? gonna rise. Maybe we'll feed that good wolf inside. Maybe we'll go back to the garden and thrive. Maybe we'll bloom at exactly the right time. Maybe I'll hold your face in my hands again. But until then, take this lullaby. We may be distant, we can still be like the old stars we're all made of. We may be distant, we can still be wise, like billion-year-old stars we're all made of. We may be distant, baby, yeah. We can still be light. So please, please, please keep your light on.
Ooh.
Cheers, y'all.
I love your setup there, Jen. Where are you in the house? Is this the living room, the closet, the bathroom?
It's the closet, man. Where
You're in the closet, huh?
yeah. My
Yeah.
friend Bob is a sound engineer, and he lives down the hall, and he helped me like insulate this whole closet. And it's got like some foam in here. It's pretty, because I'm in an apartment building, so it's, I have to be cool with the neighbors.
Yeah, you give lessons, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Voice lessons, piano lessons.
Yep. And then beginner guitar. I don't dare say I'm like a shredder on the guitar, but I can
And
get
life lessons.
in life lessons.
Lessons of life.
Right, man. That's right.
Well, I hope you're having yourself a wonderful quarantine. As always, it's a pleasure to hear you sing and play,
Thank
and I
you.
look forward to when we can do that in the world.
Me too.
You're one of my favorite shows to watch because you don't leave anything behind. You leave it all on the stage. That's what they say in the business, huh?
Leave it all on the stage, kid. Listen,
I love that impression you do. I love it. Every time you do it, I'm like, can you just talk like that always? Can you like just what's his name? What was Daniel Day Lewis that shit into life? Just
I think I'm an old Italian man, just like an old Sicilian man. Body, I don't know. I'm an Italian kid. Yeah.
all right, ladies and gentlemen, Jen Kearney, give it up. What do you say? Her website's in the chat. And oh boy, and I love the fact that lots of folks unmuted themselves at the end of the song to applaud for Jen. That's the best thing that I think is the best feature of doing these type of Zoom shows like this is to get a little bit of that. I've been doing live streaming shows. There's a lot, all the artists you're going to hear today. I'm sure they've done multiple live streaming shows. And the strangest thing is when you finish a song and it's just that dead air. It's really that little bit of just feedback is just, it does something to the heart. It really does. It's like folks are listening and folks care. It's really nice. So I love this format, Tim. I love this format. We got to do more of this. We got to do more of this for sure. Our next act was one of the shows that was canceled at the Burn Backroom Series. This was a heartbreaking cancel because I've been booking this series for about 5 or 6 years, and there are artists I've known in this town that I've as I'm up and coming in every sense of the word in this town, artists that were always there. They were just icons of our Boston music community. And I remember I shared the stage. I think I was a bass player for somebody, in a festival in Vermont years ago, and we had such a great conversation. I got to talk with this artist for the first time that many years ago, and it was just such a genuine, nice dude. That was a long time ago. I don't even know if his kids were here with us yet. I think they were not born yet. And here we are years later, and I was able to book him, and the show was canceled because of COVID. But we will ride again, ladies and gentlemen, and it's a pleasure to have him here right now on this live stream. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to our Zoom room, Mr. Alistair Mook. What do you say? Yes.
Hey, Tom. Hey.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. Jen, that sounded great. Nice to hear you. Nice to be in some community here.
Yeah.
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you?
I'm living the dream, man.
Yeah, you look comfy there. You got a cactus behind you.
Yeah, that's my aloe and my Christmas cactus. My wife and I, Danielle, who we'll hear later, we got into plants during COVID. Like all of a sudden, we've never been into plants before. We have this one story about how years ago when we were still courting, we left the burn in the middle of the night. And I probably shouldn't say this publicly, but I will. Just hammered, and we went for a walk. I mean, we were freaking kids, you know, and we stole a plant from a local greenery. And we took it home, and we named it Pattyhurst. and we didn't keep it alive, and we've been traumatized ever since. We've never bought plants again. And now that we're stable, it's like penance. We've done our time. There's a lot of guilt on our hearts. And so now we take in plants from anywhere, everywhere, and we're keeping them all alive. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow. I love the way you model for children. That's my favorite thing about you, Tom.
Yeah. And meanwhile, you're putting on shows and making records, children's records, and I'm telling them about how I'm serving penance for stealing plants.
No, it's all about learning as we go, man.
Yeah.
That's
Tell me about the
thing.
record. Tell me about the record that you were pushing just before all this happened.
Yeah, well, it's a record called "Be a Pain," an album about leadership and activism that's directed sort of at families and kids. And yeah, we were really looking forward to that burn show, and it didn't happen. We were one of the first casualties, I think. It
Yeah.
was definitely my first casualty show. And that was going to be the CD release, and we never really got to do it. So when this is over, we'll have to figure something out.
Now, is it okay to bring up the recent news in the NPR and stuff, everything that just happened? Because I didn't know anything about it. I heard it on NPR.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you were nominated for a Grammy for that album.
Yes.
Yeah, and you decided to. You just said, This is all another." And you correct me, of course. You decided. You must have said to yourself, "This is another instance where like there's a whole bunch of just white dudes nominated for this thing, and there's so many people that aren't included. I'm going to gracefully back out of this nomination."
Well, yeah, that was the end result.
I have a question, please. I have a question.
We got some other folks on
Hello,
mute here.
gringos, hijos de puta. You fuck. You
We got Zoom bombers.
We got bombed.
We got Zoom
Fuck
bombers.
your mother. Chúpame
you are beating fucker. You we are
Chupem. You mother.
beat what
All right, I think we got it. No, we don't.
Oh my goodness. Looks like we're gonna have to step up security here.
Yeah.
Let's start bouncing these people out of here.
So how do we do this?
Oh,
Andreas, whoever, remove, right?
yeah.
Yep.
How about Emma?
I'm not sure. Aaron. Okay, Aaron. You are out of here.
Okay, I think we're good.
Oh, Carlos, I think you're out of here too. Carlitos.
Tim, don't mess with Tim. Oh, another one. Oh, I'm taking us offline until we figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,